Ah, shit, I just tried to make a video and it got erased. Alright, I'm gonna start over. Ah, shit. Alright, I'm here today. For those of you who know me, if you got friends on Facebook. I got a lot of important issues to talk about and cover. And I want you guys to really listen and pay attention. It's very serious. It's a very serious warning about the whole world, humanity. And it's not some conspiracy theory. It's not what I think I know. It's not this and that, okay? This is actually real shit. And I'll explain how I know. First of all, I have a great deal of common sense. And I'm a very intelligent man. I might not look like it, but I am. I may have not went to college, but I am. School's not for smart people. Now, I've kind of been studying shit my whole life since I was only 10. I was always smart, above average intelligence, a lot of common sense. I've always been studying all that stuff you hear about, like UFOs, government cover-up, conspiracies, all the people get murdered by the government and shit. Um, Everything you can think about. Sasquatch, fucking Loch Ness Monster, but of course that tough stuff you don't really take that seriously because who really cares? But anyway, okay. Up until 500 years ago, everybody knew and thought the Earth was flat. And then all of a sudden, because that must have obviously been the truth, then all of a sudden, some guy wants to prove the Earth is round and trick and fool everybody, and they say that he sailed all the way around the Earth. He started at point A and he went all the way around back to point A. Obviously, that didn't happen. Who knows what this guy really did during that time, if he was even real. Point is, now they're showing all kinds of new evidence, not just talking about shit, showing evidence, pictures, footage that you cannot deny. I hate to break it to everybody who doesn't like it, the Earth is flat. Now, whether there's an actual affirmative dome over it, that's really don't know. But it would make sense to kind of protect and hold everything together, and also would explain why we've never really been hit with a meteor, and we've been here for all these thousands of millions of years, and we've never, died. But anyway, so obviously the whole bullshit about the dinosaurs was not about an asteroid hitting the Earth. It could have been a flood. It could have been wiped out by our past civilizations. Who knows? And who knows about the flood with Noah that may or may not have happened, or it could have been a natural flood. Who cares? And I'm getting off the subject because I'm getting upset. All right. Now, our grandfathers and great grandfathers and all that, people in this country, used to have a lot more freedom, a lot more rights. They used to be able to live off the land if they wanted to, right? Hunting and fishing used to be free. All these natural resources. God gave us this world, all right? The earth, the water, resources. We shouldn't have to pay for it. Everybody's supposed to have like an equal piece, an equal share, be equal. But there's too many evil, greedy bastards, scumbags and degenerates, and control freaks. So they somehow get together and form their own little conspiracy, the gang, Illuminati, or Skull and Bones, who the fuck cares? But they're out there, and that's real. It's not a conspiracy theory. They're slowly been taking away our rights, keeping population control, killing us with poisons of all kinds, which I'll get into, and duping us into believing whatever they want. It's like we've been brainwashed in a sleep, like they talk about in the Matrix, in this, whatever. Who cares how it went down or why? The point is it did, and if we don't do something about it, we're going to lose the rest of our rights and the rest of our freedom. The more unhealthy and the sooner we're going to die, and everything else, and they're going to own the whole damn thing. Everybody needs to step forward. Now, I know this is going to be hard to hear, but the government can't have power and control over you unless you let them, right? And how do they do that? Well, you work for it doesn't matter who you work for. If you work on the books, on legitimate, where they take taxes out, they're taking a portion of your money, right? And then, with the money you have left, everything you buy, you pay tax on, right? Even if you hit the lottery, which we pay for, you got to give them like a third of it in taxes. Who the fuck are they to take that? Didn't cost them anything. Point is, you see what I mean? They're thieves, like the mafia, but legalized. They're above the law because they make the laws and nobody's above them to stop them. Well, the only way to take them out of power is to not work for them. Don't give them money. You literally either have to find a job paying cash or survive on your own. Support yourself. Some hidden remote place, piece of land. Go fucking do what you want. Stay the fuck away from these people, and they will cease to exist. They'll be out of power. But that's another thing that's neither here nor there, because most people don't have the ability to do that. I actually kind of do a little bit if I wanted to. It's hard, and I really can't because of other circumstances that whatever. Doesn't matter. I did it for short periods of time in my life, honestly. I'll tell you, it's something you never know. There was a couple times in my life where I was actually homeless. I didn't care. I don't really like and get along with people anyway. I didn't like working for anybody. And I would go, not really live off the land per se 100%, but I'd have a tent, sleeping bag, whatever. And I used to go, I love the woods, I love the outdoors. Walking around, smoke a joint, just explore and see what I find. Make my own path, not anything anybody's found before. And I'd find little hidden areas that nobody knows about. And I'd camp out for a month, 2 months, one time 3 months. Nice and comfortable. Dig a little pit, have my campfire, drink my beer, smoke my weed. Go to the store, get a few things for food, come back. Things like that. Cook on the fire. Yeah, so I kind of lived off the land a little bit, but I couldn't hunt and fish. There was no animals, no place to fish there and shit like that. But there was a nice clear water creek where I was able to bathe every day. It was clean, clear water. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's very hard to find places like that. The point is, our prescription medications, our food, drinks you buy from the store, soda, milk, the juice, whatever, water. There's poisons. Now, with all our technology, there shouldn't be poisons in there. There's poisons in there. And they're killing us. And they're giving more people nowadays, more than ever, cancer, Down syndrome, obesity, and diabetes. Now, if you really think back to your ancestors and all the movies you've seen, yeah, 50 years ago, there was some obese people here and there. It wasn't totally a widespread epidemic like it is now, right? And before that, 7,500 years ago, there was probably no obesity. Now, or it was extremely rare. And also, it wasn't that often back then that you used to hear people of getting cancer. Some people did, but nowadays, it's widespread. Half the people in my family, which I have a big family, half of them have had some type of cancer. Luckily, they overcame it. And that's another thing. They do things to make you get the cancer. And then instead of curing it with natural resources, which they could do, they make you pay for chemotherapy, radiation that poisons and hurts you and causes damage in other ways. They're always fucking with you. They're shortening our lifespans. They're making us pay. They're working us slaves, one generation into the other. They fuck up the whole family system, the unity of people and friendship and togetherness and helping and working with each other. So we're all scared, hidden in our house, in our own little world, in a little stupid phone, so that we're all scared and don't know how to go outside and don't know how to do nothing except get up and go to work every day like a robot for these people. That's one point. Number two, all the technology they have now, they've either always had or had for at least 50 to 100 years. Proven fact. The reason that they pretend to slowly progress is so that they could always make you, whatever you have then, become obsolete and buy the next new thing, so they're constantly thriving and making money like that, just so that they can get rich. And see, by us making them and letting them get rich, and they have all this money, that's how they pay for and get the poisons to kill us, the fucking TV, all the false news, all the false videos to scare us, make us paranoid, so we'll have a stroke or a heart attack and take years off our life. They're fucking leeching scumbag, degenerate psychopaths. Don't believe the bullshit. Just like, like I said, first they came out with 8-track tapes, in the 60s? And then it was cassette tapes, and, first vinyl records, and then cassette tapes at the same time, for a long time. But then, and if you think about it, an 8-track, even though it's bigger, it works kind of like a cassette, just bigger. And then after that, they came out with the VHS for movies, which is kind of like a bigger 8-track, like a big cassette. And it's all the same principle, right? But then, just when you got a nice collection and a good stereo that plays it and everything else works fine, all of a sudden, no, this is obsolete now because now they got CDs and DVDs. You got to throw away your stereo, your VHS player. You got to buy a DVD player and a new CD playing stereo. And a whole new collection you got to replace, right? All your other shit you throw away, so whatever. So it's basically bullshit. They're lying to us. They make us work as slaves for this fake paper money that they invent and say it's worth something, that they first give to us. They pretend it's a reward. They're paying us for our services. You're being bought and sold, right? Because they give you the money, but then they take some of it back right away before you even get the money out of taxes, right? So if your check is supposed to be $400, you're only going to get about 300 maybe. They take 100. Then everything you pay for out of that 300 is taxed. And then if you have money and you're saving money in a savings account or a CD, you have to pay the tax on the interest that money earns. If you win the lottery, which we pay for, not them, they don't pay nothing. They take like a third of it, which is fucking ridiculous. If it's like $50 million, what are they going to take? 15, 20 million? Who the fuck are they? They're not entitled to any of that. We let them. We sit back and take it. We get raped and fucked up the ass. How long is this going to go on, people? I'm getting a pain in my chest just thinking and talking about it. I want to beat the shit out of these scumbags. I want to fucking kill them. Am I a psycho? You can think whatever the fuck you want. I'm a renegade warrior, right? I'm a man of God. I believe in God. I'm not religious. I'm not scientific. There's a little bit of truth to all that stuff. But no religion has all the answers 100% right. Neither does science or evolution or any of these other fucking theories. There was no Big Bang bullshit. I don't think evolution is real. Everything has been brought into place for a reason, either naturally by God or by mankind changing and doing things, hiding things. And all the good people they've killed to try to bring peace, happiness. Think about it. The innocent hippies back in the 70s, singing about peace and love. They were high, relaxed, having a good time. The cops couldn't disperse them and make them walk away, so what'd they do? They were bullies, like thugs. They beat the shit out of them with their batons and everything, sprayed them with pepper spray, and arrested them. For what? For being peaceful, singing about love? Sick. They're fucking thugs and gangsters. They're not fucking protecting us. They're protecting the system like good automatron robots. Yeah, so go be a cop. Real hero. The whole world's crooked and it's fucked up and it's not right. Is anybody going to do nothing about it? Probably not. Everybody's too weak-minded and everybody's disconnected. See? If we were all united as a people and we got the numbers, it would be easier for us to all unite and get together, whether there's 1 million of us or 10 million, and say, look, we're not going to take it no more. And throw these people out. Right? There's probably only a couple hundred of them or something. Point is, they're all hidden. Like little rats, little trolls everywhere. You could sit back and think you're happy. And be happy that you're working because you might have a $50,000, $100,000 car. You might have a $500,000 house or more. You might, make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, maybe $1 million. But you're being sold, and then all that money you think you're making, you're paying like almost half of it back, and you're working like a slave to the grind every day, the same hours. You're miserable. You're not happy. Everybody's disconnected. Nobody likes really to get up and go to work and have to work 8, 12 hours a day, whatever the fuck it is. Think about it. It's a pain in the ass. Wouldn't you rather control your own world, your own environment, your own life, and do things because you want to that are happy and meaningful to you? Wouldn't you rather live off the land and hunting and fishing? You could look at it as your job and your fun activities to bring the food home to your family and things like that, while your wife is home and keeps things clean, takes care of the kids, the way it used to be hundreds of years ago. The point is, people then were happy. People then were friendly. People then understood each other and they weren't disrespectful and ignorant, and there was no racism. They create all the controversy, racism, and conflict, and all these fake fictitious wars they say goes on. No, it's bullshit. Wars are all about, again, making money. They make us pay to build the killing machines and the guns, and then they get us as innocent duped victims. Oh, do you want to fight and protect your country? Come join the army. Another real hero job. Yeah, so we can go attack other countries that really didn't do nothing to us, and pretend they did through fake news and dupe everybody, so we can go steal their oil or some resource or do something else. And again, it's this whole cover-up, all to make money. Every time there's a fictitious war, they make at least millions, billions of dollars over every little thing. So we got to stop it, folks. We really do. And that's all I'm going to say for now. And hopefully you listen. And if any of you can understand and like what I'm saying, leave comments, please, so I know at least I'm reaching somebody. All right, bye.